Good morning, everybody. Welcome on in. Hello, Lexi. Welcome on in. Thank you for stopping by to say hi this morning. Got shopping to go do. I understand that. Thanks for lurking for a while, though. I appreciate that. Trying to get my tobacco pipe to be a little bit cleaner. So, hello, guys. I am the Unknown Prophet. I am here to do daily tarot readings from you from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every morning, except on the 3rd and the 10th. That's when I will be doing some shopping, so I won't be here on the 3rd and the 10th of every month. Other than that, I'm pretty much here every day unless I have an extreme pain day, which sometimes I do have. So if you ever don't see me here, it's because I'm just in too much pain today. Welcome in, Jessa. How have things been treating you? There's one of my moderators, Jessa, there. On Twitch, at least. So we're doing very good today. We're having a good morning so far. Nice Wednesday morning. Nothing really too extraordinary planned for today. Maybe take a ride up to the store, get some shit, blah, blah, blah. That's about it. If I want to go do even that. So I'm doing very well. Still not doing the greatest financially, but oh well, life happens, I guess. Nothing I can do about it until either one of three things happens, and no one's coming to give me my lottery money yet. So anyway, so welcome on in. I do daily tarot readings with my homemade deck, the 5 Paths Tarot, which you see right in front of you. I do 2 different kinds of readings here, guys. I do your typical past, present, future reading, and then I do one called the Journey Layout, which I can explain. Would you like more complicated answers to help you divine what's going on? So other than that, we have a nice chill chat. We sit here, we talk with people, have a nice conversation. Sometimes I get readings, sometimes I don't. So I've been doing this for about 25 years, and not streaming about 5 months now on Twitch, but excuse me. But and I've been building my community. I'm still working on my watch hours, but they are climbing. I just can't seem to get past that 3 threshold mark that I need to get past in order to get my affiliate. I thought I was doing pretty good about a month ago, and then my numbers dropped down a little bit, and I was like, what? So we are doing these 4 donations, but I understand that do that after the reading. I ask if you can donate, but it's a point here where I just trying to earn a little extra money once in a great blue moon, but I'm trying to definitely help you find the best possible path for you first and foremost. That's what I'm here to do today, is to help you guys find the best possible path for you. And I use my intuitions and all that fun stuff. And if I can get my lighter to work, my candle rocking here. So we're all ready. If you'd like a reading, just let me know in the chat. I appreciate it. If you're on Twitch, you just have to press ! join. All other platforms that I'm streaming through right now, like Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, you'll just have to come on over to Twitch or comment on one of the other things. Twitter doesn't allow you to comment, but it allows you to watch it. So, I thought it might be fun to try it. I tried putting my shit on Kick, but it wouldn't let me. My stream key doesn't like it. So I thought maybe I could do it through a couple different platforms. But hey, Mary, come on in. Welcome on in. All right, Mary, would you like a general reading today, or 3 cards, past, present, future for you today, Mary? All I need from you, Mary, is to tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. And let's start there, and then we'll work on our way. Not a problem. So tell me how many times you want me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. Thought you did a better job of washing my hands. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and the 32nd card is up on top there for you. Let's see what we got for you today, okay? Okay, so here's your reading for you today, okay? So, Mary, in the past, what you've been kind of working on is bringing 2 different parts of yourself together as one. You have the unison card, which is what I used to call myself before I became the unknown prophet. The reason I used that name was because there were 2 parts of myself that were kind of at war with one another. I kind of felt like I had to be either the good Josh or the bad Josh. You can't live in complete good or complete bad your whole life. You're going to step into those parts of your life through different moments that you make those quick snap choices, decisions. But what I had to learn how to do was to bring all of my parts together to make this beautiful symphony. Now, what's going on here in your past is saying it's time for you to start moving all of the things that have happened to you up to this point it's been a part of your beautiful symphony. Even if things haven't always sounded the greatest at times, it's because we're warming things up in life, and because you're starting to work on it and towards those goals. So what I need you to start to think about is walking what I kind of like to call the gray in between. You're not really walking on a good path or a bad path. You're walking in between both of those lines, and you take a step onto those goods and bads throughout life. They're always going to be there, but you can still stay in one specific spot. That's kind of that one place. So it's time to kind of bring that beautiful symphony together. But this is kind of more of the inside stuff. This is more of the outside stuff. Okay, Nova, you will be next in line. Okay, so please be patient while we wait for that. So you'll be next in line, okay, Nova? Thank you, Nova. So this is all about the inside forces that you need to work with. This is more about presently what you need to work with. Okay, this is what's going on within yourself right now. The outside world, you feel like you're maybe juggling a lot of things in your life right now, and you're kind of trying to figure out which ones you need to focus on the most. Well, why can't you combine all the things that you like to do together to be one cohesive goal? Try to think about the main goal that you want to achieve. How can I fit all these other things I need to do into that main goal? So you want to reintegrate everything together. Stop giving yourself so many balls to juggle and try to maybe think about taking away or adding to the divination of life, where you have to start to bring together those outside forces together so that you can be the one who lights that flame in the center to use them for the future. Tarot Destroyer, that is not appropriate here. Thank you very much for that, but no. Okay, I'm sorry about that, guys. We have once in a while we have some ads pop in here for no reasons that they don't need to be doing that. So, getting back to your reading there, Mary. So whether you feel like you're trying to juggling a lot of different things right now, it's going to start to come into focus for you. It's just you deciding which ones are the most important, which ones take priority, because you're headed for a future that is more of an easier path. So the easy path is all about taking small steps at a time, getting to your goal as quickly as you can, but you're taking your time on this path. You're taking one step at a time. You're not trying to go full kitty to get to your goal as quickly as possible, like I was just trying to say. Jesus, holy Christ, how did you do that to you again? I don't mind if you promote here once, but like stuff like that, I don't allow. I'm sorry. Sorry, especially when I'm in the middle of a reading Tarot Destroyer. So if you're still watching, please cut that stuff out. So I don't know how it got past my block there, but for some reason it did. So, but it's time to start making small, obtainable goals so that you can start working your way towards that big goal that you have somewhere in the future. So maybe if you start breaking it down into be a little bit more manageable things for you to be able to do, it won't seem like such a task every day. But that's an easier path coming for you in your future. So start thinking about making lots of little tiny plans to achieve your major goal, because that's what's going to help you mostly in the future. Your destiny card is telling you it's time to start to call out to that family that you have out there. The Blue Wolf card is all about calling out to your family. This is my father's card. So if there's a male figure in your life who kind of feels like a father, definitely time to go get some advice from that fatherly figure today. But my father didn't always behave himself in the youth, but he was more of a lone wolf for a lot of part of his life. He had to realize that there were a lot of other. He thought the grass was greener on the other side. I don't know what he thought, but eventually my father did to realize that through the journeys that he was taking, he was always called back to the original pack that he wanted to be a part of. That was with me and my mother and my father and my brother. Now he went and married two different people, but he decided at the end of the last marriage that he didn't want to live like that anymore. He was trying to fight these feelings that he had inside. So he decided to, move to Florida and a bunch of other things. But the point is here he had to start opening up about the emotions that he has inside of himself, calling out to that family that he needed to be surrounding him right now. And just kind of giving you that little bit of a something that you need. So do you need to be the follower? Do you need to be the leader? Or can you just be a part of? So this is something that I kind of feel like you needed to hear today. One of my last minute intuitional thoughts that I kind of wanted to tell you about, it looks like you're in a stage of transition. And the more you take those small obtainable goals and start to try to focus on the 3 things you need to tackle instead of the 15 things you need to tackle, things will progressively begin to open up those goals and dreams for you. That is your reading there. Why are you doing that? That's not appropriate at all. Tarot Destroyer, please stop doing that on my channel. You want to go promote your own stuff in your own place, but I don't know how you keep getting back in here. Stop doing that. Oof. Anyway, sorry about that, Mary. I hope that didn't impede your reading any, but um, well, like I said, I think you get what I was trying to say, though. So hopefully that helps you today and makes you move forward. Okay. Um, I want to take care of something real quick before I get to your reading there. Nova, please just be patient with me. I gotta go see if I can do something here on YouTube because that's not funny. Please stop doing that. I'm asking very politely to tarot reader to please not do that anymore. I would appreciate that. If you want to come make comments on my channel, okay. So I'm not trying to anger you or anything like that, Tarot Destroyer, but if you do tarot, do you understand what you're doing to me and the reader person being read for when you do that to somebody? And just kind of want to let you know that that's not appropriate to do on other people. I don't care if you work for Google or not. You should know that that's something that we're trying to build our channels here. And as much as I respect people, if you'd come in and said, "Hey, I'm from Google. I'm watching your stream," stuff like that, and I probably appreciate that. So, you know, um, I don't know why they would want to come in and just disrupt people's streams, though. I mean, I stop using their product. I can take this stream off of YouTube and go stream this somewhere else. I don't need to do it on YouTube, So, Nova, are you still here, sweetie? We're just gonna have to ignore them from now on. So, all right, since you have the ability to unban yourself, Terror Destroyer, I'm just gonna have to ignore you because I don't know why you're doing this. As you're a part of the Google company, you should think about how you're representing your company right now. And as much as I'm trying to be very respectful of what you're doing right now, I appreciate that. But please, can you please be a little bit more respectful in my channel? So, Nova, just in case something happens there with you, I know you're trying to get your reading. I'm going to try to concentrate on what you're saying here and not give them any more credence because I've tried to block them a couple times now and they've unblocked themselves. So they've got to have some kind of ability to do that. I'm not trying to piss anybody off, but I am trying to give people readings here and try to help people. Tarot Destroyer, if you want to come get a reading from me, I'm more than happy to give you a reading. No problem. You want to try to put my skills to the test? I'm all for that. Not a problem. I'm a Wiccan. I don't believe that curses can. Yeah, I highly doubt that too. They're probably a hacker or something like that who has the ability to get into systems and change things and stuff like that. Um, I don't know why they'd want to do that to someone who's just trying to help people, but that's up there. So anyway, Nova, let's get back to your reading here. What kind of first of all, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you 1 through 10? I'm going to do a quick cleansing shuffle to get all this negativity off of me here. We'll just keep your mind. They want to make comments. Okay, they're just paying. People are going to come and check out why this person is saying so. All this just stuff. So I'm just doing the best that I can every day. So, how many times do you want me to shuffle the deck for you 1 through 10, Nova? I know karma demons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now please pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck, Nova. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then the 12 cards where your answer is in my deck. Thanks for letting me know, though, Hostel. I appreciate you stopping by, too, by the way. Thank you. Okay, here we go. So here's your reading for you today, okay? You're never wrong. Trust your gut. Trust your instincts. That's how you get the best reading. So don't worry about that. You know. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm not going to worry about them anymore. Like I said, all I have to do is just kind of ignore them and stuff like that. And if they want to keep posting stuff, that's fine. But that's up to them. Don't worry if you're wrong. You're not wrong. Trust me. You put me in your hands. I'm going to give you the best possible reading I can. Okay, Nova? So basically, here's what we got going on in your past, okay? In your past, you've had to read to learn how to love yourself again. And that. Okay, thank you. And it's time for you to re-embrace all of yourself all over again, because I kind of feel like you've been through this transition lately where you've kind of had to realize that the first person you have to love is yourself, and you're trying to work on re-embracing yourself, the world, everything again. And that's kind of what I feel like you've been working on from your past and kind of coming into this present time here. So it's kind of been re-embracing the things that you have going on in your life right now, because what's going on right now in your present is a time of reflection. In this picture, you may not see the pretty oak tree there because there are a lot of little mirrors with a lot of different angles. Well, we have a lot of little different pieces inside of ourselves. We have life, death, rebirth. We have our work life, our home life, our recreational life. We have a lot of different parts of ourselves that have to work together sometimes in tandem. The reason we have to take a moment to stop and really reflect on the picture that we are showing ourselves first. So this is all about taking a nice, long, hard look at yourself and saying, you're not so ugly after all. I can see the beautiful picture, even though the picture is distorted in this picture on purpose, because you have to look for the beauty inside. You have to find that reflection that truly serves that mirror that shows you who you are, not who else everybody else is. This isn't the person people want you to be. This isn't the person that you are trying to become. This is the person you are. And you are re-embracing that and re-embracing that reflection and what you're giving to yourself now. Coming in for your future, it's going to be a time to let some of these old patterns and things go in your life. Kind of think of these things that have happened up into your life as these little bits of food, like you've consumed them, but you've had to kind of throw them away like a compost pile. All these things and changes and growths and all these things that you've had to get through all of your life have gone into the compost pile. What happens there? And that might not be necessarily. It's just being more appreciative of that. Because it's your truest reflection. It's what you see. It's not what I see. I'm just telling you that that's what the card means. So but getting back to it, but there might be a time where you have some stuff you have to get rid of and throw some things away, but they're going to serve a purpose, because it's all going to start to decay into life-giving nutrient dirt for you to plant in somewhere in the future. But you have to start the process of letting that old stuff start to decay and die in order for it to turn into that fertilizer you will use later. So it might be time for you to let go of some things in the future that are no longer serving you any purpose any longer, because that might be something that has happened, that has happened in the past that you might need to work on. Um, but right now, your destiny card is telling you it's a time of potential for you. You have all this potential in the world to do whatever you want to do. You just have to let things happen a little bit more naturally. Stop trying to force everything to happen. Sometimes things happen in a natural progression for a reason. Leaves don't always open up right away and take in that sun. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for it to slowly open so they can take in a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. You have all the potential to become that which you have seen in your future. Now is the time for you to start chasing those dreams. And back to your little comment that you said about the beauty inside, not necessarily about the beauty inside. It's about how you view your life going sometimes. Sometimes it's about the reflection that when you stop and look at the real mirror and really see what it is for what it is, you might realize something more about it, even more appreciative of who you are. So when I look at your whole reading, I ask myself, what could this possibly mean for you? Time to re-embrace life again. Do some retrospective work, maybe look and see what else there are things that we want to be able to get the whole big beautiful picture, and maybe it's just not coming into focus as much as you wanted it to, but starting to let those old things die in your life so they can be ready for those seeds that will plant in the future, that will grow into those nutrient buds that will become those growth that things that you need in your life. That's your reading there, Nova. I'm not always right, Nova. I'm not always right. I'm just telling you what my cards are telling you. So whether this resonates in some way for you or not, take what you can that will help you in some way today. Maybe that will help you in something. If it did nothing else, then give you something to think about today. That's kind of you know, uh, what you can do. My last minute intuitional thoughts. We're going to tell you that I don't really think it's about beauty, self loving or self empowerment. I think it's more about the choosing the path that you want to be on and being a little bit more concrete of what you want it to be. So whatever that might do to help you, I hope it does, because that's what I'm truly here to do, is try to help people. So um sometimes my readings come off for a certain way. So I'm glad you should have said it did help. I'm glad it did help. Whether or not it just gave you something to think about today. That's what I try to do here. I try to give you the best possible advice I can, best possible reading I can. I am not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a professional tarot reader that charges you $25 up front so you can get a reading. Okay, I do this for donations because I want to be able to help people. If they want to be able to help me, they can, but I understand I don't need that extra dollar. I need the extra dollar, but I don't need the extra dollar that bad. Okay, I'd rather have you spend that money on yourself and do things for other people, rather spend your money in places you really need to spend it on rather than me sometimes. But that's the way I believe I give good readings, is when I'm trying to honestly help someone. So that's that reading. I don't know if there's anybody else in chat who would like to have a reading right now. I saw Zen. How you doing this morning, by the way? And thank you very much, guys, for giving me that advice. I didn't know, sometimes, like I said, Tarot Destroyer, I've seen them in my channel a couple of different times. And I thought it was just some random person, but now that I keep seeing them get unblocked, I'm like, well, how do they have that ability to do that? Yeah, you don't have to donate. If you can afford it, I don't want your last dollar. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. If you can donate, please do. But I understand that maybe the payment I get today is that I helped you. That's also a good thing. You can also share some of the stuff on my socials and stuff too, guys. So if you guys want to find out more about me, you can always go to my Linktree site, which is at Linktree Unknown Prophet 1. So, and you can check out all my other socials of what I do. So there's a lot of other ways to say thank you than money sometimes. So I'm not the fluffy bunny tarot reader who's going to tell you what you want to hear for 25 minutes so that you'll come back and spend more money. I want to try to get you back on the path that you feel that is best for you. That's all I want to try to do. I don't think I'm not Miss Cleo, and I'm not trying to divine your future. I'm trying to help you find the best path for you. Whether you choose to walk it or not, that's up to you. My tobacco pipe, because I'm out of tubes right now. Probably right up to the store today and get some. You know, I know everyone's not rich out there. I'm not trying to earn $1 billion doing this. Hobby, it's objectionable to people who actually want to come get the reading. Oh. Hey, Terror Destroyer wants to donate $100 to my one, one of my socials. They can post all the stuff they want here. Okay? I mean, really, I'll sell you space to sit here and troll me. That's fine. I don't mind. Yeah. I feel like it's um it's one of those things where I agree with you on that, because I'd rather know that I could come here and help somebody. That's what I'm here to really do. The money is just a nice way of you saying thank you, honestly, for me. And I understand that everyone can't afford to do that. Exactly. Okay, hi, madam. How are you doing today? Welcome on in. You would like a reading today? Let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. And then what I want you to do is I want you to pick a number 1 through 10, and then I'm going to start to shuffle those cards for you so that they will be ready for you here. I'm almost done with my little cleansing shuffle from the last reading. I would do a cleansing shuffle afterwards. So, all right, madam, I need you to pick a number 1 through 10, and that is where your that's how many times I'm going to shuffle the deck for you. And Richard, hello, welcome in. Serenity, you'll be after Madame. Okay, so Serenity, you're next. Okay, so you want me to shuffle one time? Okay, shuffle. I pick one. Okay, one shuffle. One shuffle. Now pick a number 1 through 52. That's where your answer is in my deck. Beautifully, Richard. Thank you for asking. So I need you to pick a number 1 through 52, madame. That's where your answer is in my deck. Warm up my coffee a little bit. We're just waiting on Madame here from Facebook. Whenever you're ready, just let me know your number, okay? Apples, just stay in the queue, guys. Remember, if you want a reading, please stay in the queue, and I will call out your name. If you're not here more than 3 times when I've called your name out, I do move on. I try not to move on from someone I'm in the middle of the reading with, but I'm kind of waiting to see if there's issues on her end or whatever. Are you still with me, Madame? Madame, I will want to know if you still want a reading. Pick a number 1 through 52. All it says is basically that donations are gladly accepted. If you want my donation links, I can drop those in the chat. Yep. Okay, give me a second. So don't worry about reading the ticker, but sometimes I think if you read it on the landscape, I'm not sure. I haven't tried it on phone yet, so I honestly don't know. Let me count those cards out for you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, 51, and the 52nd card is now on top there for you. Let's see what we got for you today there. All right, Madame, this is your reading for you today. Just going to put those up there. So, in the past, you've been kind of working on... Richard, I'm going to have to put you on the last of the list because I didn't say you needed a reading here. So, I'm going to put you on after Apples, okay? Because I didn't see you say you wanted a reading. So, I apologize for that, but I'll get to you as soon as I can, okay, Richard? So, it's time for you to start preparing some stuff in the past. You've been kind of working on from the future this past things that you've kind of gathered up like this. You have had a stew cooking within yourself for a long time, but are you the one being cooked or are you the one cooking the stew? You have to kind of throw away all of the old bad soup that has not served you in your life up to this point so that you can start the new soup. So acknowledging the past that that was good for now. It's time to clean out the bowl, wash the dishes. It's time to start the new soup. Now, what do I want to start adding into the soup of me? Now, there are wonderful ingredients you've learned how to use throughout the ages. You can still add those ingredients into the new soup, but they're new ingredients, not necessarily, new things. So what are these ingredients? What do you want to add back into yourself? So take those lessons from the past, bring the good ingredients into the future, leave the rest behind, because you're going to start entering a phase of finding what you're looking for. There are a lot of different things that happen in our lives. It's not necessarily about finding the treasure at the end of the rainbow, though, because once you find the treasure, the journey is over. That's not always the funnest part of it. The funnest part is going and getting to that treasure, following the clues, following everything that you need to see happening within your life. It's like once you get to that treasure and you open it up, you don't know what's going to be inside. It could be the toy little monkey or it could be the gold brick bars. You don't know because treasure is subjectional to a lot of different people. So what are you enjoying along in this journey so far that you are doing presently, trying to search what you're looking for? Enjoy the journey a little bit more, because that's basically what the cards are trying to tell you to try to do today. But in your future, you're going to want to stop taking maybe you've been kind of feeling like you've been kind of just going on a leisurely kind of a walk in life. And maybe it's time for you to start accomplishing some of those goals and dreams that you've been working towards. It's time to start getting into that car that you have within yourself. We all have these modes of transportation that we like to use within our lives, okay? We use our feet. We walk everywhere, first and foremost. When we start to get into things like a car and start to drive ourselves to those places where we want to be, so you're going to basically get in your mythical car. You're going to grab your snacks. You're going to grab your friends. You're going to turn on your pretty music. You're going to go on the road trip because that's what this is about. You're going to start going on a journey to find this treasure. And that's what you are going to start driving towards. So this goal that you probably have in mind right now, it's probably coming for you, or you're coming for it more likely. So it's okay for you not to take such a laid back approach to it. You kind of have to get in the car and drive yourself forward, a little bit more passionate about your project, a little bit more motivation to get your project done. That's kind of what I feel like you need right now. But your destiny card is this inner oak card, okay? And that means that you've reached a certain kind of maturity level within yourself. It means that you are ready to start making a new change within your life. And that you have to start working on the things that you know you can handle at the moment. We all have this body is just a tree that we have to learn how to take care of. It goes through cycles of life, death, and rebirth, just like whatever. Every day we wake up to a new day. Every time we step one step forward, we've made a choice. So the inner oak is all about what kind of things do you want to reintegrate back into yourself to make you feel more at home within your surroundings, within yourself, within your life. So think of it like this. You've lived in this home for a long time. Like there's a little home right inside of this tree, and you need to move out the old furniture in order to get the new furniture in, because the old furniture is hurting your back. It's not comfortable anymore. Even though it seems like it might be something that you're used to, it may not be what you need in your life. So this is going to be a transitional stage for you, starting to work a little bit more on the what you want back into your life and what you're going to kind of go after what you want. That's your reading for today, madame. And amen to you too. So my last minute intuitional thoughts for you with these cards, basically I'm seeing it's just a time for you to kind of get up off of your butt and start working towards the goals you really want to get going right now. And I think you're basically being given the green light to follow those dreams and stuff like that. So really make that plan. Make sure you are prepared for the journey ahead. Make sure that you have everything that you need. Enjoy the path going forward, because it's all about that journey. That's what it's going to be driven to. It's going to be about what happens during the journey, not necessarily when you reach the end of that journey. Because that's what my cards are saying. Okay, so Serenity. Serenity, you are up in my queue. Serenity of Wind, you are next in line. All right. So Serenity, what kind of reading do you want today, Serenity? General? Apples, you're next after this. And then Rich, you're after that. So, all right. How many times do you want me to shuffle the deck for you? Oh, let me do my cleansing shuffle first. Sorry, I almost forgot to do that. One more. All right, now they're ready for you. You're very welcome. I hope that really helps you today, madame. Serenity, how many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you? One, two, oops, 3, 4, 5. Pick a number 1 through 52 there, Serenity. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the 11th card is up on top for you today. Let's see what cards have to tell you today, Serenity. Okay. All right, Serenity, here's your reading for today. So, maybe somewhere in the past, you've been dealing with a tiny bit of sadness within what's been kind of going on from the past, and you've been trying to work on overcoming this little bit of sadness. It doesn't mean you're majorly depressed or something that's going on that way. It just means there's something from your past you have yet to resolve that you kind of have to move through the emotions of. You have to kind of go through these emotions that you are probably holding back from letting out. You think you're weak because you let those emotions out? No, you're stronger because you let those emotions out. It's time to start remembering that you are the sky in this picture. You are not the clouds. You are not anything else. You are the one who's in control of the life that they are living. You let these clouds come in because that's how life happens. Life happens in ebbs and flows, goods and bads. Wonderful things, bad things. The only way we have true free will in this world is if we get the ability to choose between all aspects of life. Even not deciding is a decision. So it's time for you to start thinking about if there's something in your past that you need to resolve to kind of forgive yourself for, or maybe you need to forgive somebody else. Whatever this is, it's kind of holding you back a tiny bit. Because your next card is saying that right now you have to kind of look back into that past path, because that past path is trying to show you, remember, we made it through all of these things that we thought we couldn't make it through. We've made it through. We're here today. You're sitting in front of your screen right now getting this tarot reading because you were a survivor, because you know how to live within those things within your life. But it's time to start maybe thinking about, is there something that you have yet to deal with in that past? Because your past path is telling you there's a sadness there. Now your present is telling you it's time to start dealing with that sadness, or whatever the sadness situation is. It might be sad about a situation, it might be depressed about a situation. I don't want to assume I know everything, because I don't. But it's time for you to start thinking about all those victories also. You have to realize that you are stronger than you think you are. You are a warrior. You allowed those things to finally overcome those things, because that's what the past path is designed to do. Let you see all your victories, let you see all your defeats, but you eventually have to turn around and face that future. And now you're on the cusp of doing that, because in your future, it's telling you it's time to stop and smell the roses a little bit more. Try to enjoy every day as if it was a brand new experience, because it literally is. Every day you wake up, it's a brand new experience. You get to choose whether you're happy or not happy on a daily basis. Yes, the world happens to all of us. Yes, things aren't going right for all of us. Even the richest person in the world has issues. Even the poorest person in the world has issues. But it's about finding your happy and joy once again. This is with you dealing with these things that are coming here in the past. It's going to bring you more joy. You're going to feel more uplifted, more ready to face the day, more ready to say to yourself, today I'm walking out of this door and I'm saying today is going to be my best day ever, because I'm going to find the happy somewhere today. And that's been my mantra for quite a long time, guys. But it's about you finding the happy. And trust me, deciding to find your happy rather than find the sadness in your life, that's kind of what you have to start thinking about doing. Now, what is your destiny card telling you? It's telling you that you have all the potential in the world. You have my buds card, which is all about that hidden potential you have within yourself. But you don't have to force this to happen. You kind of have to let it happen like a natural leaf opening up to the sun for the first time. Some leaves will pop up very fast, some leaves will pop up very slowly. You have to allow the natural progression of life to start to happen a little bit, to allow yourself time to ready to take in all of that extra information, that sunlight, that the wind, the rain, everything else that happens in the world. But you have all the potential to become anything you want yourself to become if you just start to believe it. You have to start seeing the path at the end of the rainbow as if you can reach this spot. It's not an illusion, it's an actual place you can get to. So just remember that. That is your reading today, Serenity. Last minute intuitional thoughts, Serenity. You need to stop being so hard on yourself. I kind of feel like what Spirit really wants you to know is that you are loved, that you are appreciated, that you are doing the best you can. Start walking towards the path you want, and that's the path you will start to get. But I think um, you have to kind of resolve some things from your past in order to move forward. So that's kind of what I felt like your reading was saying today. Apples, if you're still in the chat, apples. Let me do my cleansing shuffle while I call it apples. Apples. Here, apples. There, I see apples there. Hi, Dala. If you want a reading, I'll put you in the queue here, but I am gotta go here next. I gotta get my queue here. One moment. Hi, Dahlia. If you want a reading, you will be in line, but it is going to be at least 2 more people before you. All right. Now it's Apple's turn. All right, Apples. General reading for you, past, present, future. Let me finish up my cleansing shuffle for you, and then we'll get you your reading for today. You want to be added to the list there, Dahlia? You got one more person in front of you. We're on apples now. I've got Rich next, and then you'd be the next person in line after that. Do you want to be on my list? You have to be in chat when I call your name out, though, okay? You sure can. We'll try to get you some answers there, okay? So, okay, I'm putting you on the list there, Dahlia. You're right after Rich, so gotcha. All right, Dahlia. I'm sorry, Apples, it's your turn here. Now I need you to do is pick a number 1 through 10, and that's how many times I'm going to shuffle the deck for you, okay? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is. Dahlia, yes, you may pose any question you want to, but you don't have to here if you don't want to. That's up to you whether you want to share that information or not. Okay, well, wait, when we get to your reading, we'll ask that question, okay? So wait until your turn. So pick a number 1 through 52. That's where the answers are. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11th card is up on top for you there, Apples. Okay, so sorry about that. Hacker's lung. Okay, so here's your reading for today, Apples. So somewhere in the past, you've been working on releasing something within your past. You've been trying to let it go, and trying to let it go in a way that feels healthier for change instead of doing it in an unhealthy way. You kind of had to find that safe, quiet spot where you could let out all those bent up things you've been holding back with, of telling people what they needed to hear, rather than let all these voices tell you. You kind of had to stand up for yourself and say, no, I'm not going to do what you're saying. I'm going to do what I ought to do. So sorry about that. Sometimes I have acid reflux, so and stuff like that. Michelle, you can be added to the list. You'll be through your 3. There are 2 more people in front of you. If you want to be added to your list, I'll put you on the list here. Okay, Michelle? All right, now getting back to this release thing that you're starting to do. So either you have just finished up getting rid of all of these bad old things that have no longer served you any purpose. You kind of basically took yourself back down to a basic level. I don't need any of this over. I need to re-embrace this new beautiful future, but I have to let go of the old in order to be ready for the future. Because your present is telling you this. You have my Rain Air card, which is my brother's card. Now, my brother didn't always behave himself in life. He did something that I'm not exactly proud of in his past. Not saying that you did something wrong in your past, but what the point is that he did something so bad that he had to go to a place where he had to be locked away from the world. That's why when he got out, he called himself Rain and Air, because while he was in there, he discovered that he never wanted to go through that ever again, and he was going to do whatever it took to make sure that he A, never did the thing he did, B, also never got back into a place where that would ever be his life again. And C, he just decided to start turning his life around into a more positive direction. He went from being what I would call a not upstanding person to a very upstanding person. Now, he still had to pay for the price of the thing that he did in the past, but when he got his freedom taken away from him, and that's kind of the point I want to get. You kind of felt like the freedom has been taken away from you a little bit, and you have to kind of reclaim your freedom a little bit, because you have to start going out there into this world and really taking in that fresh rain that falls down on you, letting those light happy emotions or those light sad emotions kind of come down and drizzle on you when you need them to. That air, to breathe in that fresh air once again, to take that zest for life back once again. He had to learn how to turn his life from being one negative aspect into a more positive thing. So if there's a brother figure in your life right now who you could seek some advice from about overcoming some things that may have happened in the past, moving you into the future, how can I give me some motivation to start turning it into a more positive? Maybe that's just some kind of advice you need to hear right now. But ultimately, in the future, you're going to have to be the one in control of the ebbs and flows of where the wind goes. You're going to have to be like the fan. Now, when you're starting a fire, if you go too fast, you blow out the sparks and it never catches. If you go too slow, they never catch and go up. So you have to find the nice, easy flow of the ebbs and flows of what your wind speed needs to be for your life. It means you have to start taking back control of how you want your life to be lived. You have to kind of cut off all those old people who have been telling you how to live your life up to this point. It's time for you to start considering, maybe I need to be the one in control of my own journey. I want to put the wind where I want it to be put, not where other people want me to be put. So, but your destiny card is telling you it's time to start working on a new foundation. That old foundation no longer serves you any longer. It got you to where you are today, but you have to clear away that foundation so that you can pour and start building upon a new, beautiful foundation. What makes up the very bare essentials of who you are? What does it take to really break you down to the very bottom of the barrel you? Now, what do you want to build on top of that in order to keep yourself safe and secure and keep you from the elements and stuff like that? So it's time for you to start pouring down that new foundation. And that's kind of what I feel like you're kind of working on right now, is your destiny card is saying you're definitely starting to do that. And you will do this because you have released that bent up energy that you no longer need in your life. You've corrected the mistakes of the past. You're working on a better future, but you have to be the one in control, because you are setting that new foundation down for you today. And that is your reading there, Apples. And as far as love reading goes, when you are asking, well, because you did ask about love, just want to kind of get you that. There, my brother, it took him a while to find. First, you have to release the old bad pattern that you used to do in order to find that love that you really truly want in your life. You have to get rid of those old bad patterns. That's what that basically release card is telling you to do. Okay, then it's time for you to start considering that I need to start looking for someone who matches my criteria, not what they look like. You need to fall in love with the soul. You don't need to fall in love with the body. Fall in love with the soul, you will never be disappointed. Fall in love with the body, it's going to get old, break down, and decay someday. But you have to be the one who takes control of the situation. It's time for you to get yourself out there. It's time for you to put yourself out there so that you can be seen, so people can know that you're ready for this new relationship. Now, which relationship will you go into? That's up to you, because you want to set that new foundation so that this time, this relationship will be one of mutual love, mutual respect, mutual all those things. So that's kind of what my cards are telling you today there, as far as the love part of it goes there, Apples. Okay. You're very welcome. Okay, Rich. Rich, you are next in line. Give me a second to do a cleansing shuffle here, real quick. I think you're going to find love sooner than you think you are. I think just one last minute intuitional thought for you, Apples, that I think you kind of need to hear. I think what you have to do is you kind of have to dust yourself off and kind of go, no, I don't need to keep living in this thing that I've been doing all my life. It's time to find someone who meets my criteria, but isn't the same old jerk I've been falling in love with all this time. Joshua, you are, I am ready for you there, Rich. Thank you very much for being here today. Hopefully that helped today. Okay, let me do a cleansing shuffle for you there, Richard. All right. Now, like I said, if you want to pose your question, you can, but you don't have to do that here. Richard, it is your turn. How many times would you like me to shuffle the deck for you? And do you want just a general reading or what? I'm going to take a quick puff of my tobacco here while you decide. You're next after this person, young lady Dahlia. You're next after Richard, okay? So I will get to you in just one moment after his reading. You're next, okay? Okay. 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 21st card in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the 21st card is your reading. Okay, Richard, here's your reading for today. And Dahlia, you're next, and I will keep that question in mind when I do your reading, okay? But right now I'm going to concentrate on Richard. That way I can concentrate on you next. And Michelle, you're after Dahlia, so make sure you stay in the chat there, okay? So Richard, in the past, you've been kind of preparing a lot of different things you've been trying to work on recently. Kind of like you have been finally taking control of your soup for the first time. You're not letting anybody else add to the soup. Now you are choosing which things need to go into the pew. You've taken from the past all the things that have kind of worked for you in the present, in the past here. You've taken some of those ingredients that you know you've worked well with in the past, but now it's time to start making the new soup. Are you the one being cooked? Are you the one cooking? I kind of feel like you're the one cooking, but you're being very considerate about what you're adding in from the past mistakes of here, and you're adding into the new soup of you. So you're kind of picking and choosing which ingredients most will help you grow and become that healthier, heartier stew in the future. So that's kind of what I feel there. Presently, what's going on is that you have to start listening to those inner angels, those guides, those gods. They're sending you all the energy that you need to do whatever you want to be doing right now. But you have to be the one who wields the magic. They only give you the power to wield the magic. So your higher power, your angels are telling you to start trusting the instincts that you have inside of yourself a little bit more than you have recently. But you still have to be the one who puts that energy where you want it to be, because you're the wielder of the magic. You're the wielder of where this energy goes. So all that stuff that you've been preparing for, now you're going to start to use it, start to listen to those gut instincts, those things that are helping you. And if you ever get like, sometimes you feel like you get a double tap on your right shoulder sometimes, that might be your guide saying, hey, pay attention here. So if you ever feel like you get this kind of a shoulder tap every once in a while, that's basically your guides angels, guides saying, hey, pay attention. There's something here that might help you. Okay. I bet that happens a lot sometimes. But what's coming for you in your future, you have to realize that there's more of you yet to be given to this world. Maybe there's some more information you want to start opening. Okay, well, it's some kind of a, like I said, I'm not always right about the sensation, but it's some kind of sensation that kind of says boom, boom, boom. Pay attention here. So I'm not always 100% right, guys. So, sorry, I got something stuck in my teeth. Okay, but going on to the future, though, it's time for you to start considering what seeds do you want to start putting out into this world to grow? How are you going to share yourself with this world that's going to allow people to start to see within you the potential that you have done all of this work up to this point? But eventually, we all have to go to seed. We all have to go through those cycles of life, right? And you're getting to the point now where you're ready to spread yourself out a little bit more to you. You're ready to start sharing a little bit more information about your personal journey, or you're starting to share your the thing that you do in life, the thing you love how to do. It's more of a giving more of yourself a little bit, but it's doing it in a healthy way, because you're only going to put the small seed. Whether they allow it to grow within themselves or not will be up to them. But you're starting to put that out there into a journey to give people some of their own advice that they might need in their lives too as well. But what is your destiny card telling you? It's definitely time for you to start getting that forge, that solar plexus energy. You have to start building up all that positive energy, because you're going to start doing some work here coming up. In order for you to be ready for that metal to be pliable enough for you to temper it into the shape you want it to be, you have to get up all that positive, passionate emotion that you have within your life of this thing that you wanted to do. You have to start focusing in on that heat, starting to raise up, because you're going to put yourself into the fire. And you're going to allow yourself to come to a temperature where you can be worked on. Now you're deciding what kind of a shape and or object that you want to be. But tempering takes a lot of time, and you have to be working on it. You have to allow yourself that hammer to hit that metal. You have to heat it up and cool it off a couple of times before it's done. So it takes some time to do. But it's definitely time to get your forge ready to start doing that work. And that is your reading for you today, Richard. One other thing I'd kind of like to say is, it looks like from what I'm seeing here, you're very goal oriented. You're very in with what you know you're wanting to do. You have a great understanding of what's kind of going on in your life. It's just like sometimes you kind of get lost in the small little voices telling you you're doing it wrong. And I can't think you have to ignore the voices telling you doing it wrong and start listening to the voices that are saying, here's how to do it right, rather than listen to and that's our own stuff that we have going on. So that's not a guide thing. That's just a you thing. Sometimes I think you listen too much to the doubting messages in your head. Dahlia, give me a second here. I'm going to try to give you, no, this is, your reading right now, Dahlia, is right now. So I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle for you. And then it's your turn, Dahlia. Dahlia, calling you to the stage. Calling you to the stage. It's your turn, young lady. Person. All right. So you had a question about a specific thing happening in your life. I have to go back and try to read. Will I succeed in my exams? From Frame Master to Frame Master 2. I can see what my cards want to tell you about that, if that's what you want me to know, or do you want me to just draw one card and give you my best possible answer for that? Because it's kind of a very direct question about a very specific thing. And the first thing I want to say is make sure you study. Make sure you do everything that you're supposed to do as a person to get yourself ready for it. Don't just count on the universe helping you through it, okay? So you have to make sure you've done your job first, okay? But we can sure give you a reading to try to see if there's what kind of an outcome may be coming for you. I will do a general reading for you if that's what will help you there, and I'll kind of keep that question in mind as I'm starting to shuffle. Michelle, you are next. So pick a number 1 through 10 if you would like a reading, 3-card reading. Otherwise, tell me to choose one card, whatever way you want it. You can either say 1 card or 3 card, which one you want. Okay, pick a number 1 through 50, 1 through 10, and that's how many times I'm going to shuffle the deck for you. You're next after this person, hon. So you're next, Michelle. I honestly don't know. Okay, shuffle 2 times for you. 1, 2. Now pick your number 1 through 52. I honestly don't even know if I have that set up, Michelle. I don't know how you send stars. I don't know if I qualify for stars yet. Honestly, I don't have a big enough channel for that yet. You can send me a donation, though, if you would like. That's up to you, though. So pick a number 1 through 52, Dahlia, and that's where your answer is in my deck. I'm just going to drop this in the chat here, guys, so that everyone gets it one more time. So after your reading, if you would like to show me some appreciation and give me a donation of some sort, you can do it through this link here. I'm going to do Dahlia's counting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And the 21st card is it. And you want to know about those exams, right? Okay. 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 So from what your question is that you're asking me there, okay, Dahlia, definitely what I'm seeing here is I'm not going to do a past, present, future for you. I'm going to do more of a before, during, and after kind of a reading for you. A little bit different than a past, present, future reading because I'm not really going to talk about the past. You have to start to consider that you have to leave some of those old bad patterns of your study habits behind. You have to let something go in order for something to grow. So I feel like if you don't start getting those study habits a little bit more in line and get more on those track, that you have to allow those leaves to fall in order for new leaves to grow. So start thinking about what you need to brush up on, because the leaf card is all about change and about allowing the next stage to happen. So just like you have to start believing that you can pass this test. First, you have to do all of the work that you would normally do in a mundane life. You have to study. You have to make sure that you've gotten everything, go over it again, make sure you've done it, and then give yourself a break before the test. I know some people want to study before the test. Give yourself a day to rest before you go take the test, because that's going to give you more of a calmer exterior. If you're all worried about it up until the stage of the test, you're not going to do very well. So try to be in that nice, easy growth pattern where you're allowing your anxieties and stuff to drop off. You're allowing all those old bad study habits to drop off. You're going to start to re-embrace those new ones. What's going on during this test is you are definitely going to stoke the fires of it. That means you're going to start to put on the logs of things that will help you get to this thing. So I see that during this test, you will probably have a lot easier time maybe than you think you're going to have to. I don't think you're being a little too hard on yourself, basically, because this card means that you are adding to the fuel of the fire that you want to be starting in your life. So I believe that means you're going to do what it takes to make sure you can pass this test. You're going to do everything in your power. So allowing yourself to believe that you have that power to do so, you're going to stoke those fires so that you are ready to rock and roll. So the day of test, all you've got to do is sit down and go, check, check. Here's my answer. Here's my answer. Here's my answer. Because you're setting down after the test, you'll be setting down a new foundation. So this is a pretty good card actually for your question, because that means you'll be clearing away an old stage and getting ready for a new stage. So that might mean for you that, yes, you will progress, but you'll have to kind of start over from scratch because you'll have to learn how to do it through this methods now. You'll take everything that works for you in the past and you'll move it into the future for that new foundation you want to lay. Because your destiny card is telling you don't let your past mistakes define who you are. This is my brother's card. So maybe if you have a study partner who feels like a brother or someone who sorry about that. Somebody in the past who maybe has had this test in the past, maybe there's something there that they can give you a little bit more brush up on. So start to think about if there's someone out there who could help you study as well, because this card is all about turning your life around from doing something that you haven't done great in the past, but you're going to start doing better in the future. Start working towards that positive future and that belief of system that you can do it, because that's basically what this card is saying. Believe in yourself. You will be able to do this. First study, then make sure you're all ready to rock and roll, and then pour that new foundation to get your spot ready for you to be in. That is your reading there, Dahlia. I hope that answered your question sufficiently enough. I think you have a good outlook here, Dahlia. I think it's going to be depending on how much you've studied and how much you get yourself ready and prepared for this test. And I know that's a kind of a lofty thing that you would probably hear from anybody, but I think especially for you, especially when it comes to certain sections in the test that might have to do with something that I'm not sure about, that you might have to study a little bit more. And I think you know what that is, that you have to study up on the one part you're having the most difficulty with right now. Try to study on that one a little bit more. All right. Michelle, give me a second to shuffle these cards and do a cleansing shuffle. You are next in line, Michelle. You can show me love a lot of different ways too, guys. If you can't afford to donate, I truly understand. I don't want your last dollar. I don't want money you can't afford to spend. If you would like to donate after your reading, I truly appreciate it. That's a nice way of you saying thank you. But you can also go and put the message out there on any of my message boards. Give me a review, stuff like that. Give me a second. I'm going to put up that link here real quick where you can go check that out. So you guys want to find out more information, my donation links, and everything else that I do there, that's another way you can say thank you. Okay, guys? I know how hard it is right now with people and their employments and stuff like that. So I'm putting, oh, Jesus crikey, really? Give me a second. I have to freaking do this the right way now. Just give me a second. I'm just fixing something real quick, guys. I apologize for this one little bit of a moment there. My script decided to fail epically on me. So I'm having a computer issue. Just give me 1 second, okay, hon? I'll be right with you. Come on, reload. There we go. Okay. There we go. I'm all back. Sorry about the guy. Wait there, guys. So if you guys want to check out some of my other stuff that you can do, you guys can check that out. All right, let's get to your reading, Michelle. And then next in line will be Jaden. Jaden, you'll be next after that, okay? Okay, so how many times ready for your shuffle? I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle here real quick so you're all nice and ready. And then what I need from you is I just need you to pick a number 1 through 10 of how many times I'm going to shuffle the deck for you. And then I need you to pick a number 1 through 52, and that's where your answer is in my deck. And thank you for the follow on Twitch. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with me, all of you. I really do appreciate you guys being here, helping me build my community. helping me just be here for everybody. We're a safe space here. We chat, chill sometimes. Getting some coffee in me. Whenever you're ready, Michelle, let me know. Okay, 8 times and shuffle. Okay, shuffle 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now, yep, you already told me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. And the 22nd card is where your answer is in my. And you too, China. Thank you very much for stopping in and spreading that love and light around. We need that here sometimes. So, Jaden, you were next after this, so please stay in chat. Okay, so here is your reading, Michelle. So, in the past, you've been kind of wondering whether or not the home that you have built within yourself, your whole surroundings, the whole life that you have built around, does it still feel like home to you? Does it still feel like where you want to be in your life right now? Because it kind of feels like you're ready to start moving on to a new, different home. Yes, this has served you well for a long, long time, and it's been a beautiful home. But there's new adventures still to be had. Do you want to still live in the same old patterns again and again and again, or are you ready for a new adventure? Maybe you like where you're at, but something from your past is telling you that to honor all of the journey that you have made up to this point to make you the person that you are right now. Do you want to change it? Is there anything you really feel like you need to change, or can you just come to an acceptance of what you need to start working on? Because this card basically means, are you feeling right within yourself? Is there something you need to expel from yourself? Is there something you need to bring back into yourself? Is there something that you need to do about your own home within yourself? Because think of it like, first you got to set a solid foundation. Then you got to put walls of protection that keep you protected from the outside world. Then you got to put a roof on top of that house to keep you from the elements of the universe trying to get at you. Then you got to make sure you add a door, windows, furniture, all this fun stuff. And you've completed the beautiful home that which you've created up to this point, and it's always going to be your safety spot. Let it be your safety spot, but don't let it be your wait spot someday where you sit around waiting for things to happen. Okay, now presently going on in your life, it's time for you to start taking more control over what your future will be. You have to get your hands dirty a little bit more with what you are doing in your normal life. You're starting to pick up the materials that you want to start turning yourself into, but you have to start to shape that into what kind of an object or thing that you want to be within yourself. It's time for you to start thinking, I need to stop letting other people mold me. I need to mold myself into the thing I want to be. So what is that object going to be? Only you know that. But you have to decide, what are the materials I'm going to use? What are the things that I'm going to make sure are part of this new thing that I'm creating? It's all about making sure you do the work and get back into it. But in the future, it's definitely going to be time to do something I don't think you do hardly enough, Michelle. It's time to donate back to you, back to Michelle. Michelle needs to have a day where she goes out and treats herself. You haven't had a day for Michelle for a long, long time. It's time to kind of have a Michelle day. Go get yourself, go do your favorite things. Go have a nice meal, go get spa day, whatever thing trips your trigger. It's time to donate back to self. The only way we can spend the change we want in the future is if we spend it on ourselves sometimes too. So think of it like this. Every time we make a decision that's good for us, we put that into our bank that we can sometimes spend on others in the future. Sometimes you are too giving. You don't give enough back to yourself. So it's going to be a time of giving back to yourself and allowing yourself the time to start to enjoy what's kind of coming forward. Because your destiny card is telling you that it's time for you to start adding the logs to the fire of the goal that you want to start to complete is. You have to remember that all fires will go out if you don't stoke the fire with those extra logs that are going to keep it burning. So, are you adding the thing that you are passionate about onto that fire? Are you adding those life goals that are going to make you become the person you want to be onto that fire? What are you adding onto that personal power within yourself to keep you motivated and going forward to where you need to be going? Going, sorry, I have a tick once in a while. Um, it's definitely time for you to take back your power and decide which logs do you want to add to your future, not somebody else adding it. A lot of what I'm getting here is basically you saying to yourself, I have my safety spot. It's always going to be my safety spot, but maybe I'm ready to venture out into new things because I'm ready to start molding that new thing I want to become. But I have to remember to give back to myself while I'm doing that and stoking those fires up so that I have all the energy and things that I need to make sure that when I'm ready to fire this thing, it will be able to be cured and be a solid part of my life once again. And that's your reading, Michelle. Um, I think Jordan's next, but I'm gonna have to take a quick restroom break real quick here before I do any more readings, guys. So I will be. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna get these all ready to cleanse, shuffle here. I'm gonna take a quick restroom break, and I will be back here. So Jordan, you are next in line. Let me think here. Let me. I gotta. I remember that I'm on a different platform. Oh, really? Come on now. You're next as soon as I get back from this restroom break. I just got to go take a quick restroom break. I'll be back, hopefully not too long. It's your turn as soon as I get back, okay? Be right All right, guys, I'm back. Thank you very much for letting me go take a quick bathroom break. Jordan, you're next here. Oh, you know, sitting here having to feel like I have to go, it doesn't exactly um, make it easy for me to do readings. So, all right, Jordan, your turn. You're up. All I need from you is to tell me how many times you would like me to shuffle the deck for you, 1 through 10. One, two, three, 4, 5. Now pick a number 1 through 52. All right, 41. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 8, 39, 40, and the 41st card is now up on top there. Okay. Oops. Hey, get back here. My my keyboard was being a little bit frisky, I guess. Okay, Jordan, here's your reading for today. So, somewhere in the past, you've been working on coming to some sort of acceptance within yourself. Acceptance of maybe the person you are or the person you would like to become, really deciding once and for all what that means to you. Coming to an acceptance means loving myself all the way through, even the goods, the bads, and the uglies. I want to love myself. I have to come to some sort of acceptance that there's some parts of me that I'm just not going to change, and I don't want to change. But allowing those to no longer be problems and allow them to be the things you know you want to do in your life, now is the time that you have to kind of accept something from the past in order to start moving forward into the future. So there's something from the past that you still yet to kind of come to some sort of acceptance with. Maybe there's something that you did a long time ago and you weren't sure about that, and things are going not so great in some places in respects of your life. But I kind of feel like what it is kind of coming to a new stage of life and coming to accept that this is how it's going to be for a while, and now I need to move on going forward. On too much, you will be Kathy. You'll be next after this young man, so please be patient. You're the next one in line. But what do you need to start to do recently in your future, in your present right now? It's time to stop being like Prometheus and pushing up that big rock up that hill. All that stuff that no longer serves you anymore, that you think you've had to push up this hill for such a long time, all the stuff that you couldn't accept about yourself, you don't need to carry it with you. You don't need to push it up the rest of the way of this hill. It doesn't mean you've accomplished anything less. You need to get out of your own way sometimes. Sometimes you need to step to the left or step to the right and allow the stupid boulder to fall down behind you into the ravine and smash to smithereens so you can continue the rest of your journey up to the top of the hill where the rest of your goals and dreams are, where you can finally see the future you've been waiting to see. So get out of your own way a little bit and stop worrying about whether or not start to think about, why do I have to feel like I have to push all this world on my shoulders in order to become something going forward. If you can do that, you're going to start to live a little bit more of a positive life. You're going to notice a lot more friends and people surrounding you. You're going to start to bask in the sun once again. Just like a sunflower, you just start to follow that sunshine around like it's the thing you need in order to survive. You're going to start surrounding yourself with people and places and things that are going to bring you the most happiest and joyous moments. It's going to be a very positive atmosphere for you to be in. This might be a group of people. This might be just, you accepting some new brilliant light within yourself and allowing yourself to start growing from that. Because what I see there is this opportunity for a lot of change going in your way in a positive direction. because your destiny card is telling you it's time to start tending back to self once again. You have to start looking at how your life is working, and do you need to move the coals around so the heat is evenly distributed so that you can have a nice controlled fire and not such an out of control chaos fire? Do you need to start making sure that the fire that you are working on that's right in front of you, the thing you're the most passionate about, the thing you like to do the most, the thing that drives you and gets you up every day, if you don't start looking at that and tending to that fire, someday it may go out of control. So the more you pay attention to yourself and take some time for yourself for a little bit, I think you kind of need a relaxing spa day of some sorts. You kind of need something where you can go just get out of everybody, no wife, no kids, no nothing, just you outdoor, a fishing pole, whatever trips your trigger, something that will help you going forward, because you need that time to kind of reassess how you want to start to. You need a break before you're ready for the big journey coming forward. So now that you've done all of that work, you have to, in order for you to complete that dream, you have to allow that to happen, because you're going to be the one in control of where that fire goes next. That's your reading, Jordan. Last minute intuitional thoughts for you with these cards. It's definitely, like I said, it's just a rebirthing process. I kind of feel like this is the time for you to kind of reassess and rebirth yourself into a different, going a different direction than you're used to for change. I think it's more of a positive outlook than anything, because the accepting of whatever happened in the past is that you can't change it. Moving on and moving forward from that, I think that will help you. Is everyone still here? Is everyone still here? Sorry, I accidentally pressed the back button. I was trying to press the next button and I epically failed. Yay! Yeah, I accidentally pressed the back button. That's all that happened, guys. So just had to come back into the studio and get ready. So Kathy, it's your turn. And what I need from you, Kathy, is I want you, after I'm going to do a cleansing shuffle here real quick. And then all I need you to do is pick a number 1 through 10. And that's how many times I will shuffle for your reading. And then I need you to pick a number 1 through 52 after that. That's where your answer is in my deck. So let me know whenever you're ready, okay? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now pick a number 1 through 52. That's where the answer is in my deck. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and the 27th card is where your answer is in my deck. 27th card is now up on top. All right, guys. So here's your reading, Kathy. So, Kathy, somewhere in the past, you had to learn how to trust those inner guides and those better angels again. You've had to overcome something from the past that something instinctually has told you have to fix. Something that you felt like someone was kind of pushing you towards a certain direction. And I'm talking about your gods, your guides, your better angels, whatever you believe in out there. They've been giving you all the energy to start making this more positive motion in your life. But you have to be the one who's in control of the power that they give you. You have to be the wielder of the magic. Trusting your gut and your instincts and trusting that they have your back, that they're going to be there for you no matter what. Because that's what's going to happen right now is that they're trying to show you that what has happened in the past was only served as a lesson. Now you've learned the lesson. We're going to give you all the energy you need to start putting into your future what you truly want to be. Because what you've kind of done now is you've kind of put yourself in a gilded cage. Presently, you've put yourself in a gilded cage. Even a pretty cage is still a cage. You might think it looks out beautiful on the inside, but there's moth rips everywhere, holes in the couch, coffins. It feels like the most comfortable, safe space to be, but it's still a trap. You kind of feel trapped right now, and you feel like you want to have your freedom back. Well, you know what? You've had the key in your pocket the entire time. All you had to do was unlock the door, walk outside of that cage, turn around, relock the door, throw the key back inside, and say, you know what? It served me well, but I need to let this go in order for me to start walking one more of freedom. The Larimar door is all about you re-embracing that freedom again, that freedom of choice to go out there and choose to do something new, different, to get that experience. It's about following your dreams and following your goals and knowing that you can manifest the destiny that you want in your life. So it's time to start taking back that freedom that you might need in your life. Coming for you in the future, it's all going to be about the information that you are going to be sharing with the world. So you're listening to your guides, you've regained your freedom. Now you're going to start to share those stories and thoughts and things with people that you want to start putting out those seeds into the world. Because we all give ourselves a little bit of ourselves every time we meet someone. We kind of give them this little tiny seed of hope, okay? This little tiny seed of hope that basically says, I like you. Maybe we can be friends. Let's see where this can grow. And you're planting it in their fertile dirt so that one day it may grow into something better. But it takes time for those things to grow. So you're going to start putting yourself out there, sharing a little bit more information about yourself so that the universe can start to understand what you truly need and they can start filling those wants up. They're going to give you the needs, but they're going to start giving those wants too. It's all going to be about one thing for your destiny, though. It's all going to be determined on whether or not you can take back control of the thing that you need to do the most. And what you need to do is remember that you are this new thing that you are starting to mold. Stop letting other people mold you into the shape they want you to be. It's time for you to start putting yourself into the shape you want yourself to be. You get to decide what materials you work with, what things you start with, how you mix those things, how you get to become the person that you want to be. You get to decide. So you have to start getting your hands dirty and molding yourself into that thing. So you might have to work a little bit harder on the self-esteem game. You might have to build up that appearance a little bit that you wanted to be built up. You might have to do a lot of different things that will help you feel better and be more meaningful to you in the future, because it's all going to be about you molding yourself into that new form that which you want to be. So you're kind of in a transitional stage, listening to what the messages from the past, embracing the future and the freedom I will have, but knowing I'm going to have some knowledge and or wisdom to share with others because I am going to do the work. Basically, is your reading there, Kathy. The last minute intuitional thoughts, and then I'm going to take a quick tobacco cigarette break here. See if I can find a couple of cigarette butts in here I can smoke instead of a pipe for a change. So, I kind of feel like this is basically, it's your time to break free of those old bad patterns. If you ever wanted to be free of the things that have kept you locked in place, this is your time. That's basically what I think your card reading is saying. It's your time to decide your own future instead of letting everyone else decide it for you. That doesn't mean you can't bring people along for the ride. Just remember that you get to say you can come or not. I just screwed that up. Okay. So So that is your reading for today, sweetie. I hope that helps you. Remember, guys, if you would like to make a donation, you can. That's not required for a reading. But if you would like to show me some small way, the tip link should be in the pinned chat. But if you need those again, please just let me know. I will be happy to share those with you. But there are a lot of other ways you can say thank you too. Okay, you don't need to spend money on me you can't afford to spend. I know that it's hard for everybody out there right now, so I'm no stranger to that game. So I'm going to take a quick, just a quick break, and I'm going to do a couple of my commercials real quick. So if you don't mind sitting through a couple of the things that I would like to do and be able to promote here, because I am the Unknown Prophet. I am here between 7 and 10 a.m. every day, Central Standard Time, except on the 3rd and the 10th of the month, where I will not be here. Sometimes I'm in major pain days, so if you don't see me here ever, it's because I am in too much pain today. I use my homemade deck, the 5 Pass Tarot, one that I created all by myself. There are no other copies but the ones I have. And this has been sponsored by Dubby Energy Drinks. If you like energy drinks with an all-natural flavor, I'm going to be getting my first taste test of this stuff coming next week. So we'll be doing a taste test and also how we think it will work with us as well. So remember that if you would like 10% off on a nice natural energy drink that's not like your canned energy drinks, as they're going to make you crash real easy, please check out Dubby Energy Drinks. You can get 10% off of using my code. I'm also part of the Paranormal Partnership Network. That's where paranormal people share their groups, links, and sites within their journeys through in the paranormal. If you want to find out more about real ghost hunting and what it really entails, check out the Paranormal Partnership Network. You can find out where real ghost hunters are here today. Then we have the Unified Paranormal Program. That's a place where paranormal people can come together to share their stories and or investigations to try to come to a common goal of us all working together to make this one legitimate field once and for all. It's all about positivity, having no ego, having no drama, and staying positive and in the moment. Don't forget, coming up soon in October is the Global Ghost Hunt. If you want to be a part of the Global Ghost Hunt and find out more about that, go to globalghosthunt.com. It is a week-long investigation where we will have different countries, different teams all over the place doing ghost hunting, live ghost hunting for you to watch and be participating a part of. So if you want to find out more information about that, go on there. And this has been my Blue Sphere Productions, guys. Just to let you know, that is my parent company where I do all of my production information from. So if you ever want to find out more about me, just go ahead and click in this little link here, the Unknown Prophet link tree here. You can find all my information right there. Okay, guys? Thank you for being patient and letting me do that real quick. I'm not the greatest commercial person in the world, but I wanted to I just got this new sponsor and I've been trying to promote them, but I'm telling people I haven't tried the product yet. I don't know how well it works yet. And I'm going to be honest with you guys about what I feel this product is like. I'm one of those people who want to be able to give you the truth. If this product doesn't seem to be doing what I think it's supposed to be doing, well, then that's up for me to decide. But I really want to thank Dubby Energy Drinks for letting me for them being my sponsor. I appreciate them reaching out to me. Like I said, I've got some stuff coming in the mail soon. So now I'm just going to sit here, chat, and chill for a little bit. Oh, if anybody would like a reading, please let me know, okay? And around and around, on the shade of winter, on the ground, fall me down, and upon the speed of light. All right, guys, I'm back here. I thought I had music for that, but oh well. Oh, she's not even playing yet. Jesus. If anybody would like a reading, please feel free to let me know. I'm ready and willing and able. Oh, God, I had a lot today, didn't I, though? No, I had 10 so far. 10 really good readings. And oh, my body hurts. Jesus Christ, I can't believe that happened again. I got to add all of my shit back in here again. There we go. Now we're back to normal. You call me normal. Oh. Oh, that's what I was going to go do. That was fun. Oh. That candle's done. Next candle, next day. It's just me. What else is here? No, I'm like, what the heck is that? There you go. Now I can. It's like, what the heck? Screw it. I don't think anyone else is coming today. I'm going to go lay down. I'm done. Sometimes you just know when to call it quits. I don't know who I'm going to go raid, though, but I don't think she can even be raided. Let's find out before we close stream, guys. Let's go see if I can even raid her. I don't know if I can or not. Oh, I can. Cool. All right, guys. Well, we're going to get ready to raid out here in a little bit. So, thank you for being here, guys. Have a great rest of the day. We'll see you tomorrow.